The abandoned hospital. I don't know why we decided to go. Maybe it was boredom. Maybe we didn't believe the stories. The old St. Helena Hospital had been abandoned for decades, left to decay at the edge of town. Everyone said it was haunted, screams echoing in the halls, lights flickering with no power, shadows moving where there shouldn't be any. It sounded fake, until we went in. There were 4 of us: me, my best friend Nate, his girlfriend Sarah, and her cousin Jake. Armed with flashlights and phones, we climbed through a broken first-floor window. The air inside was heavy, smelling of mold and rot. The place looked like it had been abandoned in a hurry. Medical charts littered the floor, wheelchairs were frozen mid-motion, and a gurney sat overturned near the nurse's station. We started exploring, laughing nervously to cover our unease. The first floor wasn't too bad, just empty rooms and old equipment, but the second floor was different. The second floor was for patients. As we climbed the stairs, the atmosphere shifted. It felt colder. Every door we passed seemed to have a presence behind it. Some were wide open, revealing rusted beds and graffiti-covered walls. Others were tightly shut, the doorknobs caked in grime. Jake was the first to say it. "Do you feel that? Like we're not alone?" Nate laughed, but his voice wavered. "It's just your imagination. There's no one here." Sarah didn't respond. She just kept glancing behind us, her flashlight darting across the hallway. At the end of the hall, we found an old operating room. The table was rusted and surgical tools lay scattered, coated in dust. Jake dared us to go inside, so we did. That's when we heard it, the faint sound of tapping. It echoed down the hall, soft at first, then louder. It wasn't random. It was rhythmic, like footsteps. "Hello?" Nate called out, his voice breaking. The tapping stopped. Then we heard her, a woman's voice, faint and hoarse. "You shouldn't be here." I felt the hair on my neck rise. My flashlight flickered, then went out. One by one, the other's lights started to die, plunging us into near darkness. A scream cut through the silence. "Sarah!" I whipped around and saw her staring at the doorway. A figure stood there. It was a woman, at least. It looked like one. Her face was pale, her hair matted and stringy, and she wore a hospital gown, the kind with ties in the back. Her head tilted unnaturally, her eyes dark and hollow. She lifted a hand and pointed at us. "Leave," she whispered. We didn't wait. We ran, tripping over debris as we scrambled back down the hallway. The tapping followed us faster now, like whatever it was didn't want us to escape. When we finally reached the window, the sound stopped. I made the mistake of looking back one last time. She was there, standing at the end of the hall, watching us. We didn't talk about it afterward. But sometimes late at night, I hear it, the faint tapping, and I swear it's getting closer.